Welcome to Your Academic Success in 5. I'm Matt Lorenzen, the Academic Success Guru, and this is the second part of a 3-part video series on how to overcome procrastination. In this video and the next video, we're going to talk about common causes to procrastination and some simple and effective solutions. So let's get to it. A common cause of procrastination is fear. We put off things that cause us anxiety. We put off things that we fear. And some two common fears are the fear of failure and fear that something won't be perfect. In terms of fear of failure, it's sort of a self-handicapping cognitive strategy. Students procrastinate so that when they get that bad grade back, they can blame it on the procrastination instead of themselves. And this really doesn't get a student out there. It doesn't help them. It may keep them protected and not have to experience the pain of failure when they tried really hard, but it really doesn't help them to achieve their goals. So what we want to do is solve that, and if you have this fear, what you want to do is take a look at underneath the fear, what are you telling yourself? You might be saying, if I try my hardest, I will still fail. Ask yourself, is this a realistic assessment? If it is realistic, get some more tutoring, gain some skills so you can be better in this class. If it's unrealistic, then what you want to do is challenge that stinking thinking. Albert Ellis and many psychologists talked about that idea, that our thoughts lead to our outcomes. In this case, the thought, I might fail, leads to the outcome of, I'm not going to try or I'm going to procrastinate. And so that stinking thinking leads to really stinking outcomes. And how can we change our thoughts so that we can have better outcomes? Well, you can dispute your thoughts, you can argue them, and you can reduce them down in size, reduce that fear down in size. If you're telling yourself, if I try my hardest, I will fail, ask yourself, what's the worst possible thing that can happen? And can I face that? Can I deal with that? A lot of times when we can face those fears and the worst possible things that can happen, that fear really goes down and it becomes easier to deal with. The other thing is to ask yourself, will that really happen? Will those worst things really happen? A lot of times our predictions are not reality, and that, like Mark Twain said, 90% of the things that I feared never came true, and so that's something to remember. If you're not putting yourself out there because of fear of failure, analyze the situation. Ask yourself, is this really in your best interest? You can ask yourself the five-year question. If I continue to do the same behaviors, where will I be in 5 years? You can problem solve and write out an action plan to take care of it. And with this action plan, you want to write out specific goals. Instead of saying, someday I will study more, like I like to tell students, someday is not a day in the week. You might say, starting on a specific day, I will study for 3 hours a day, Monday through Thursday, in the library prior to going home after my classes or something like that. Also realize that evaluations are part of school and life, and you got to put yourself in the batter's box if you're going to hit the home run. Yeah, you may get beamed by a fastball and it may hurt, but you got to put yourself out there. You can't find the pearl in the harbor, as Shadi of Shiraz would say. Embrace the growth mindset that, hey, all this hard work and putting yourself out there is going to help you to grow and learn and get smarter. And the idea of failed up, that even if you do fail, you're going to learn from this and be a better student. And so doing these things and maybe seeking some help is really going to help you to overcome this fear of failure. If you feel that you have to make things perfect, and it does cause you a lot of anxiety, this perfectionism, it tends to be dominated by black-white thinking. It's either perfect or total crap. And as you remember, anxiety, we tend to put off things that cause us anxiety. And so what are some solutions? Number one, you can dispute the irrational belief that it must be perfect or total crap. The idea is this is not a realistic belief. It's not based on reality. Nothing is either one thing or the other, but there's plenty of grays in between. And so that's what you really want to remind yourself. Is this a realistic thought? Ask yourself also, is this a healthy thought? And the answer is, of course, no, it's not. So let's see some grays. And the way to do that also is to be kinder to yourself and not only see grays in life, but provide yourself with a more realistic and loving assessment. Telling yourself to do your best, or perhaps seek 95% perfectionism, if you will. Before you start an assignment, it's good to do some mindfulness meditation where you can kind of be really grounded and calm. It's easier. What we want to do is really challenge those irrational beliefs, and also calm our body. The calming of the mind and the calming of the body is going to help you to tackle this fear. And then get started without judgment. What you can do is do a lot of research. You can brainstorm. You can answer the question in your head or write it out. You can write out, if you're writing a paper and you're incessantly rewriting the intro 100 times, forget about the intro, forget about the conclusion. Write a solid body of the paper and really flesh out all these ideas. And what will happen is, in doing so, your ideas will really mature and it'll become really easy for you to write the intro. And a couple other things that you might want to do is talk with your instructor and tutors and writing center tutors and stuff like that, because you may be overly harsh on yourself and they may be able to provide you with some realistic, awesome feedback that, hey, this needs a little work here and there, but this is really an awesome paper. And in addition to seeking help from instructors or tutors, you can also seek help from a counselor or personal development coach. They can be really effective in helping you to overcome some of this black-white thinking and be more realistic, more loving towards yourself, and be more productive. In the next video, I will cover some more common causes of procrastination and some simple and effective solutions. So hopefully you'll check it out. Thank you for watching, and if you want more student success tips and wisdom, feel free to check out my book, Your Academic Success, The Academic Success Gurus to Academic Success Gurus, Secrets to Success, available now on Amazon, or go to my website, academicsuccessguru.com. This is Matt Lorenzen, the Academic Success Guru, signing out.